Hey guys, Needham here, and I want to welcome you back to America's Kitchen Table. If you're watching on Facebook, because I have a couple of different platforms going, so if you're watching on Facebook, head on over to the YouTube page and check us out there. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. But if you're watching on YouTube, which I know many of you may be, go on over to Facebook and up there in the search bar, check out America's Kitchen Table. It'll pop right up. We have a page there to where posting more articles, funny memes, that kind of thing. I think our YouTube audience will enjoy it over there on Facebook, and I think our Facebook will enjoy it over here on YouTube, to keep the party in the comment sections going in both places and everybody can receive value. So guys, I told you in the last video that we're going to talk about some short to mid-range type food storage, and I know that a lot of people have reached out to me about that, and I've got a bunch of notes here today. So I know that just this general flu season and this whole deal with the coronavirus, it's been a fairly big wake-up call to lots of people, to where maybe people are starting to realize on how fragile this life that we live in, with this world and society that we live in, is a little bit more fragile than what we once may have believed. And there's lots of people that are panicked about it and are fear-stricken about it. And I was just talking to a friend of mine last night, and they're very new, and they reached out and wanted to put together some stuff for their family. And they're like, I just really don't want to be stressed about this. And I'm like, look, I get it. But I promise you, if you go back and watch the video about just normal household preps, and then this video today about some food prep, or some food preparations that you can do, I promise you, when you get those things set aside, you will not be stressed anymore. In fact, it's a very calming feeling knowing no matter what happens, that you can just go to your food pantry or go to a closet and you can get the things that you need without having to go to the store every day and that type of deal. Even if the grid goes down. Me personally, if the grid goes down tonight, it would be like, okay, this is what we're doing now. So I would put that plan and go to where I'm going to go when the grid goes down, or an earthquake or a natural disaster. And the most important thing is that you've made those plans ahead of time. And that's what we're trying to convey here around this virtual kitchen table. We're trying to discuss all that out, have great ideas, and help people who may not have heard this information before. So why are we doing this during this particular flu season? Everybody's heard the words coronavirus. It's like a wildfire in the media nowadays. And there's a lot of people who just simply don't want to go to the grocery store, or simply don't want to be in major city areas because it's frankly too people-y out there, right? So we just really don't want to be in a mass people setting because everything's kind of unknown now. So let's go ahead and start talking about food and what we can do, how we can go buy it, and what type of deal. This is somewhat going to be a spin-off. I know my YouTube viewers that a lot of people also follow Bear Independent on YouTube and on Patreon, which is a vast array of information, and it's an excellent resource. And this is going to be more of a spin-off on his seven dinners or 7 meals, because we all think that we're Julia Child in the kitchen, right? We all think that we're the quintessential Martha Stewart. But really, when we get down to it and we really look at what we eat each and every week, it's Taco Tuesday. It's Hamburger Monday. It's Spaghetti Wednesday. It's Pizza Friday. We're creatures of habit by design. So we generally eat week in, week out the same thing, and we generally keep somewhat of a schedule. So if we're going to prepare, let's go ahead and buy things that we already use. Let's purchase food for storage that we already eat, because if we do that, then we're never going to have that want to go to the store, or we're never going to have that need to go to the store, because we're already going to have it in our pantries. So one thing I do want to add from our household preps is you might want to think about some Pedialyte or something to hydrate yourself in case you do get a good case of the flu or this coronavirus or that type of deal. Dehydration when you're sick is a valid concern. So go ahead and maybe add something to that list for rehydration. So I went to Walmart today and I picked up some things and I checked out some prices for you. So go ahead and get your meats now. Go ahead and get that big container of chicken or ground beef or whatever meats that you have. Maybe you have kids and they love hot dogs. Go ahead and pick up 3, 4, 5 packs of hot dogs. Put them in the freezer, and they're going to be there for when your family wants to eat them. Now, a lot of people will say, but Needham, if we get all these meats, what about bread? And that's a great question. If you're like me, you grew up around your grandparents that they kept bread in the freezer. So when you go to the grocery store this weekend with your surgically precise list and knowing exactly what you want, then maybe pick up a couple of extra loaves of bread and put them in the freezer. They're going to keep, and then when you're ready to eat them, you can thaw it out and then it'll be there. Now the next thing is, especially you ladies, you know what you cook every week and you know what it takes to cook those things. So go ahead and get all your cooking oils, your flours, your cornmeal, and spices. Now, those things have an ultra long shelf life, and you can go ahead and stock up now for the next 30, 60, 90 days and have that stuff in your cupboards and in your pantry. And then you just go straight and take it off the shelf out of your pantry and prepare what your family wants to eat that night. Another great thing is oatmeal. A lot of kids like oatmeal. A lot of adults like oatmeal. And oatmeal stores for a very long time. So get a couple of canisters of oatmeal. Pastas. You can basically make spaghetti for $6. I mean, you can get one of the packs of of spaghetti. It's like $2 or $3. You get a big jar of the Presto or whatever, or Prego, and it's like $3 or $4. You're $6, $7 into spaghetti. I've never seen an American family that doesn't like spaghetti. So another great thing is maybe your store has spaghetti on sale. Get 20 packs. Maybe it's 2 for $3 or 3 for $5 or something like that. It's on sale. Go ahead and buy that stuff in bulk now, because it's going to keep for the rest of the year, and that's just going to save you money and save you time. And our time is much more valuable than money many times, and that's going to save you time and money throughout the year. Another great thing is mac and cheese. Well, I know I always tease my friend Adam about his kids' mac and cheese addictions, but it's true. I mean, what American kid and what American family doesn't like mac and cheese? Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because this is a great example. Individual boxes of even the brand name Kraft mac and cheese is 98 cents a box. But if you buy it in the 5-pack, it's $4.50 for the entire 5-pack. So you might pick up 4 or 5 of these. Maybe your family eats mac and cheese twice a night and you pick up 4 of those 5-packs. That's 20 boxes. You are good on mac and cheese for the next 10 weeks. And for a total investment for about 22 bucks. It's as simple as this. And with so many people make preparedness a poo-poo word, or make preparedness super complicated or hard, and it's really not. We want to take the things that we use in our daily lives now, and we want to store more of that to where we have it in case if anything happened. Canned veggies. I got green beans, corn, and sweet peas today. This right here, it's the Libby's brand. It's 72 cents a can. You can literally buy it by the flat, 12 cans at a time. Well, I don't know how many cans that your family goes through in a week, but what if you picked up 2 flats of every vegetable that your family ate and had it on the shelf? I mean, that's a minimum investment, but it's things that you already eat. Again, canned soups and chili. This is chicken corn chowder. I love the Campbell's Chunky brand, just like everybody else in the free world. It's like $1.50, $1.75 a can. Again, buy it by the flat. And you can get, when you can get rice, go ahead and get you a 25-pound bag of rice. And I mean, I would love to just say, hey, you need to go get 500 pounds of rice and 500 pounds of pinto beans and, 500 pounds of corn to grind up for cornbread. Because let's face it, in the end of the world as we know it, this guy right here is not going to go without cornbread. I mean, I literally have like 300-400 pounds sitting in my kitchen right now waiting to go in buckets. But the reason rice is important is it's a great filler. What if you got several flats of a canned soup, and you fix some rice to go along with it, and you poured your canned beef stew over a rice pilaf or pilaf, or however you pronounce it, whatever you want to do, and that stretches that meal out a little bit farther, makes it a little bit more filling, gives you a little bit more calorie, and will keep your kids happy too. So there's lots of different ways and lots of different angles to use rice, whether you cook chicken and rice or whether you add rice to a beef stew, maybe make some jambalaya, something like that. These are things that you can buy in bulk cheaply to get you through the next couple of weeks, the next 30, 60, 90 days. Again, bean soups. It's winter in the large part of the country. Me personally, I'm a Southerner. I can live on white beans and cornbread for the rest of my life and never be discontent. It's just the way that we were raised down here. Maybe in the northern parts of the country, y'all like navy beans or 14 bean soup or something like that. Let's face it, so many Americans, they spend their time on Pinterest looking at recipes. Put those recipes into action. Everybody has a crock pot. You can use those crock pot skills and put them to use over the next month or two while your family is doing the less contact thing with the average person or the outside world. You can fix a big pot of chili and you can eat that for a day and a half, or maybe that the family eats it one night, and then within your wife, spouse, or husband, something like that, takes it for lunch for the rest of the week. There's lots of ways to make that stretch. All your condiments, all your spices, ketchup, mayonnaise, stuff like that, it's going to keep for as long as you want it to, especially if you're just looking to get through flu season. Me personally, a guilty pleasure. Again, I'm from the Mississippi Delta, and I'm going to have my rendezvous sauce. If you've never eaten at the Rendezvous there on their dry shake ribs, a lot of people love it. They're worldwide known. But I love Rendezvous's barbecue sauce. So I stock that in my personal pantry. Hamburger Helper, I mean, what is it, $2 a box? You know, that's a quick, easy meal to cook for your family. With some more items that you want to think about is coffee, teas, pickles. A lot of people love pickles. A lot of kids love pickles, and that's the hardest part sometimes about this. It was to keep the kids happy, because if you want to do the less contacty thing with the outside world, now is not the time to stock up on Doritos or something like that. You want more preferably healthy snacks and stuff that's going to keep for an extended amount of time. That's not going to go bad. That's not going to go stale. Things like that. Another thing a lot of kids like is ramen noodles. You can get like the 36 count case, $5, $6, $7. Excuse me. So those are some basic ideas to where you can use to go ahead and buy cheaply now and buy in bulk now to get you through the next couple of weeks. And when the time comes, the more and more, because I have a lot of information to share with you, the more we get into this, we can extend those preps out to where maybe that you start with 30 days for your family, and then we'll add some things and we'll go to 60 days, and then we'll add some bucketed dry goods. I'm going to show you how to put things in buckets and move that out to 3 months, 6 months, and even a year. And then you won't be stressing about any of these crazy headlines that you see on the news. Now, I know a big question of what a lot of y'all are going to ask. Needham, I can't afford this right now. Sure you can. And let me tell you why. This is my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. A lot of people are going to get a tax refund either this week, next week, or the week after. It's just the tax season, right? Go ahead, take that money. I know we live in an instant gratification society, and everybody wants to go get that new toy, or everybody wants to do this or do that, or maybe that you need a new set of tires. Go buy the new set of tires, because a lot of tires are made in China. So you might want to get the new set of tires, but take a piece of that money, and you may, between this list and that list, whether you want to go hog wild or not, you might go spend $200, $300, $400 at your local grocery store amassing all this stuff. Well, guess what? For the next month or so, you're not going to go to the grocery store. So that money is going to recoup itself, because you're not spending it daily, weekly, or monthly at the grocery store. So whatever you take out of your tax refund is going to be recouped. You just have to make sure to set that money back. And the big reason why I'm doing this, and the big reason a lot of you guys are doing this, is because, quite frankly, I don't want anybody touching my food for the next 30, 60, 90 days. I just don't. So the great byproduct of that is, since you're not going to eat fast food for the next couple of months, is you're probably going to lose some weight. And I know if you're like me, that's something you want to do, and that's a goal that you have for yourself. So you're going to find that if you do this, you're going to save money in the long run. You're going to save money on gas, because you're not running around from store to store, and you're not using wasted gas or wasted trips to go pick up this or go pick up that. You'll have it all in the house. So you're going to save money on those two ends, and now you're going to have perhaps some more free time at night. So what do we do about that? Well, if we're like most American families, we probably just need to spend more time with one another. Re-engage with your families, have family game nights, that kind of deal. And with the rest of the extra time, what if we just all went and exercised a little bit more? Maybe we do some air squats, maybe we do some planks, maybe we do some sit-ups and push-ups while we're at the house a little bit more than what we generally are. So you can see on how all of this, whether you want to become a hardcore prepper or not, that these types of systems, these types of checks and balances that you can put in your life during this corona scare and just general flu season, it can literally change your life for the better in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So guys, that's what I have for you tonight, and I hope this has inspired you tonight, and I hope this has been a source of encouragement for you. And I want to tell you to just remain calm and be safe out there. And we're going to see you next time right here around America's Kitchen Table.